What's going on, guys? Matt back here again. Just wanted to do another video here, this time talking about the challenges of being new to medical device sales. So when I say new, I don't mean essentially starting a new job and inheriting a big territory with lots of experience, et cetera, et cetera. I mean like the bare bones, very bare bones. You just got into the industry, you're taking over some kind of territory, or it's a zero territory, which essentially means there's no business in there and you're the guy that's going to be getting it started. So I just wanted to sort of relay some of the challenges that I faced, that you will probably face if you're doing essentially the same thing as I did. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So number one, right off the bat, nobody knows who you are, right? So you are going to be the new person on the totem pole. You're going to be going into accounts that have been doing a certain thing and not your way for a very long way. So they're very accustomed to that. They probably have it on a pretty good system. So, you're going to be starting from ground zero wherever you go. And the other thing that I wanted to hit on is you probably don't know the job very well yet. Most new people, it usually takes about 6 months or a year, truthfully, to really get the lay of the land, their territory under control, and their feet grounded with the actual product that they are selling, and to feel comfortable and confident, within their role. So most times that is about 6 months to a year to really get that rolling in itself. And another thing is that you don't know the competitors yet in the landscape. You probably know the companies that you're competing against, but you actually have not, met the other reps. Obviously, you don't know all the players in that. I'll tell a quick story. When I first got into the industry, I wanted to get into the OR with a competitive surgeon to, just sort of see how he does things and take it as like a learning experience, because I had never really seen spine surgery before. Little do I know, the competitive rep's wife is his OR nurse. So then that ended up like tipping off the competitor and the surgeon that I was not able to get. So things like that, you're not going to know until you've been in the industry in that area for a little bit of time. And then also becoming a expert at your product line is going to essentially be everything. And like I said before, it takes probably about 6 months to a year, depending on what thing you're selling. Some things are easier than others, but if it's a more complex job, 6 months to a year is probably about the time frame. So from that time to that time is when you're going to sort of like figure out all the bells and whistles, and when you're going to be getting, tuned up in order to become like a more advanced rep down the line. So some things to keep in mind with this is everybody starts out new. So essentially everybody that just came into the industry did not start with experience, right? Because in order to be in a job and have experience, you would have had it for the first time with no experience. That's across the board. So essentially, if you're comfortable going in, probably getting told no way more times than you get told yes, and just doing that long enough and being happy to come back through the next day and through the next day, eventually you're going to start getting some traction. Where you don't get traction is where you just stop showing up all the time and you just sort of just leave it. It is what it is, and I'm not going to come back here ever again. That's when you lose. But if you can stick it out for the long period of time, keep it rolling, you're going to be better off for it. One of the other things I want to hit on is if you're not scared to be in a position, you're not growing. So being scared to be in a new position or an uncomfortable feeling is really just a sign of growth, because it's something you've never done before, so you're not comfortable with it. So once you get that feeling, a pit in your stomach down in there, just know that that's completely normal. That will subside with time, and just to stick it out. And this is why veteran reps are so hard to take out. This is something that you can look forward to when you've been like 10, 20 years in the industry. Surgeons know you, they like you, you're much harder to take out, they're comfortable around you. So you have like the most job security, obviously, when you're like 10, 20 years in and you're a veteran, right? You're making the most money, you have the most job security, you're the man. So, but you don't usually start out as the man. So take your lashes, take your beatings. It's a very, very interesting and rewarding industry to be in. So that being said, that's it for this one.